Hi Pisces, how are y'all doing? Happy December. Yes, so welcome to your reading. I am Joshua and I'm going to be going over like some of the astrological highlights for this month for you. And of course we'll get into the reading here, and I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling. So I hope, Pisces, that your your November was great. You know, that there were some gains and some positive things to talk about, and new insights, and, you know, all that good stuff. I think for a lot of signs, November has welcomed in a lot of new things, you know, some good shifts. And so I'm excited to see what December brings up for you. So the main, I guess, big astrological event we have to talk about, of course, happening in December is the full moon. And this full moon happens December 3rd, and it's going to be a Gemini full moon. And so with the moon being in Gemini, you know, collectively it might make you feel a little more conversational, a little more sociable, but at the same time a little more restless and indecisive, you know, and you can already kind of be a little indecisive sometimes, but yeah, you just might be feeling a lot more like just going with the flow and just not worrying about anything set in stone, you know, and that's okay. You know, that the energy is not calling for people to, you know, spring into action, really. So now also note that the Mercury retrograde also happens on the day of the full moon. So, you know, that's going to cause just more of that antsiness, you know, and restlessness. You know, you might find it a little more difficult to communicate, you know, with others, and or maybe understand others communicating with you. You know, just because, and Mercury will go direct again on the 22nd, you know, so it's only like about 3 weeks, you know, that we'll be experiencing this retrograde. But it is just a time to kind of look back what you learned, you know, this last period when Mercury was direct. And yeah, and then the new moon happens on the 18th. It starts out in Sagittarius, and then it does, you know, so Sagittarius is very fun fire sign, also sociable. It might be, you know, having some philosophical and kind of deep thoughts, you know. But whenever it does go void of course, you know, it might collectively make people feel foggy for a little while it is void of course, and it only stays that way for a few hours. But, you know, that's just something to bear in mind. So, and then of course Capricorn, the sun goes into Capricorn on the 21st. You know, and that's a pretty good place for you. You know, Capricorn's an earth sign, and water and earth is complementary to each other. And the winter solstice also happens when the sun goes into Capricorn. You know, so we're stepping into that winter, you know, to that period where, you know, that rest period where we just gotta sit back here, you know, and look at everything that we've done. You know, take in everything that we've accomplished and done for the new year, or done for, you know, 2017. Okay, so I've pulled your cards. I'm going to go ahead and show you, take you down here and show you what I pulled. And I'm going to go ahead and get y'all some rune stones as well. And I am using the Rider-Waite deck, and then I'm going to be drawing some black agate moonstones. What does the first half of December look like for Pisces? What does the second half of December look like for Pisces? Okay. Okay, so starting in the first week of December, I kind of see with the Page of Pentacles reversed here. Maybe you've been waiting. I'm sensing, Pisces, there's been like a waiting period. You've been waiting maybe for an answer from a relationship, maybe an answer regarding your work. But there's a slowdown with it, and that's indicated with the Page of Pentacles being reversed rather than, you know, upright here. So like the first week, I'm sensing it's more of a period for you to just exercise patience, you know? Go easy on yourself, you know, let yourself be grounded. You know, and don't expect things to happen too fast, especially in this first week, you know. And your rune that you got is Ansus. And that is the rune of advice, you know, wisdom, messages coming in, you know, maybe you giving wisdom or messages too, but I'm sensing it's more about maybe you waiting for some message to come to you. And there's just a little bit of a slowdown. You have to be patient with nature and with people. You know, so this is really a time for reflection and just kind of really grounding yourself. You know, Pisces, you're a dreamer, okay, right? And your ruling planet is Neptune, and you know, it's a very mystical, dreamy sort of place that you naturally like to be in, and I feel like what this is kind of indicating, it'll serve you well, especially in the first week here, to, you know, just do some meditating work, some grounding work, you know. It's not necessarily encouraging you to, you know, go all out and, you know, start something new. It's like saying, you know, just to be patient, allow for things allow for things to work out in their own time. Okay. And so get to the second week of your December, and we have the Five of Swords, okay, and it's in reversed. So, you know, this can indicate conflict, and what I'm seeing here, especially with, I think, with the Mercury retrograde happening at the beginning of the month, you know, there could be some things said to you, or maybe you saying something to someone else, that's disappointing, you know, or some hurtful things perhaps that have been said towards you. Yeah. You know, I'm picking up that the second week might be a little rough. Like communication and words exchanged might be a little harsh. You know, and you might have to be setting some clear boundaries with other people. You know, because there might be some people walking over you. You're a very compassionate person, Pisces, and sometimes people take advantage of that. And this is kind of saying, you know, look, no more, you know. And you really have to kind of stand your ground, especially when other people, you know, are expressing themselves in a negative way towards you and are hurting you with their words, or maybe the lack thereof, you know. Maybe they're not saying enough and there's just a complete disconnect. So I think the advice for the second week is really to kind of stand your ground. You know, try not to let people walk over you. You know, don't let people get you down with I know that's sometimes easier said than done with their words and stuff, but, you know, just try to communicate, you know, as effectively as you can. And, you know, if these people or this person is not meant to be in your life, don't try to force it. And you know what? Moving into the third week, we have the Five of Pentacles. And, you know, what I'm picking up, especially with the Five of Swords before it, is maybe you're struggling to leave someone behind, or to leave to some situation that isn't really serving you. Leaving it behind, you know, or there's this communication that is kind of spiraling things maybe a little out of control for you, to where, you know, it's left you really thinking and really, you know, this card does encourage you also to kind of just take the time to process things. Take the time to process things. And this is, I feel like, you processing things in the direction that you want to go with this person or in this situation. You know, and you're feeling a little disappointed and let down by it. By, you know, the way, the messages that you've gotten, by what's been communicated to you. You know, you might feel a little disappointed, but, you know, allow yourself to go through this process. You know, this processing of things. And here's the deal too, because you got Wunjo as the rune, as your rune for the second half of the month here. And Wunjo is happiness and success, you know, joy and whatever situation it concerns. And, you know, by the end of the month, look, Two of Pentacles reversed here. So you might very well be feeling pulled in two different directions, you know. You still might be going a little back and forth maybe with this person, you know, with this situation, with this idea. But there's opportunity, you know, look. There's opportunity here for you. You know, to start anew. You know, develop some new things for yourself. And I feel with a lot of you, this probably does concern work. You have a lot of pentacles. So by the end of the month, what I'm getting here, and especially with Wunjo, is that you're going to be weighing your options here. You know, maybe how you thought something was going to work out, you know, just didn't work out in the beginning of the month like you hoped it would. But there's something else coming for you. There's some other options here. There's some other solution here. It's just not completely clear to you yet, or maybe you know what it is, but you're struggling. You're struggling to let go of, you know, this energy and these hurtful things and, you know, words and thoughts or words and messages that you got that were just, you know, disappointing to you. I feel like maybe that's holding you back a little bit here from seeing both sides of the coin, you know, or seeing all your options. Because there's some new things wanting to come in for you, but you have to let it go. And water signs, I mean, let's be real, and my moon's in Cancer, I get it. You know, sometimes water signs can hold on to things, right? I'm going to move you back up here. Sometimes, you know, it's that watery energy tendency to want to hold on to people and to things, you know? But this Two of Pentacles is saying, no, there's other new horizons for you. You know, look at the ships in the background there, you know? But I feel like you're kind of blocking yourself, you know? You're blocking yourself. So the advice for you is to let it go. Okay, you know, maybe take a salt bath, you know, and just do some emotional healing work, you know, okay? Because whenever you do that, you know, Wunjo, this rune here, it's bringing you joy. It's bringing you that happiness and peace that you want, you know? That is here for you, especially in the last half of December, okay? So Pisces, that's all I have for you here. So please, you know, like, share, comment. Let me know how this video helped you, if this reading, what this reading did for you, how it applies. You know, just yeah. I'd love to know. So, and I will be starting personal readings in the new year. So, you know, January sometime, and I will keep y'all up to date. Until then, y'all have a fantastic December. Happy Christmas. I will see y'all next month. Bye.